All right, guys, we're going to be learning about telling time to the hour and half hour. I know we've learned about this before, but it's always a good refresher and always a good reminder to practice. We're going to start with the hands. So this red hand is the hour hand, and I always look at that one first because that's going to tell us what hour. And when we're telling the time, we always say the hour first and then the minutes. So we always go shortest to longest. And I always remember that the shorthand is hour because it's one syllable, hour, and the longhand is minute, the longer word. So minute is two syllables. So I always remember hour is short, minute is long, and we go from the shortest to longest. So when we're looking at a clock, it's also a circle. And we go all the way from 1 to 12. And these big numbers help us when telling time to the hour. Now, when we're telling the minute, we count by 1 little minute at a time. You see how the clock's moving? On the right there, the digital clock. So each big dash is worth 5 minutes. So each of these numbers worth 5 minutes. So when I start, I always have to start. This is where the clock starts, and it's o'clock. When the minute hand is pointing at the 12, it's going to be o'clock. It's never going to be 12 minutes when it's pointing there. It's o'clock and 00. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to go halfway around because we know that there's 60 minutes to one rotation or one circle around the clock. So halfway around is going to be 6. And when we get here, it's 30 minutes. So we can go by 5. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So when we're at the minute hand is at 12, that's where we start, and it's o'clock. So this says 1 o'clock. We look at the hour hand, the shortest hand first, and then the minutes. Now I'm going to hide it. And now we're going to move that minute hand. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. We're going to stop with the minute hand pointing at 6. So I have the hour hand. I'm going to look at the hour hand first, shortest to longest. It's in between two numbers. I'm like, oh, there's no number there that's going to tell me what time it is. No, I have to go back to the number right before it, just like reading a chapter book. When you're reading a chapter book, you're halfway through the 3rd chapter, not all the way to 4 yet, but you're just halfway through. You still are in that 3rd chapter, so you go back to the number right before it. Now, so I'm going to say, oh, it's 3, and then the minute hand's pointing at the 6. It's not 3-6 or 3:06. We have to count by 5s to get to our minute hand. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's 3:30. Pretty cool, huh? All right, I'm going to quiz you a little bit more. You ready? Now, let's see. All right, the hour hand is pointing at a number. The minute hand is pointing at 12. Remember, when a minute hand is pointing at 12, it's o'clock. So it is, should be 7 o'clock. There we go. 7 o'clock. Now, if I move it halfway around, you try to guess. The minute hand is going to point to the 6. You guess it. You're right. It's still 7, but now it's 7:30. Now I'm going to go 30 more minutes or another half hour, and we're going to get to 8 o'clock. Now I'm going to quiz you a few more times. All right, here we go. So what time would that be? You guessed 11 o'clock. You were right. And one more. Let's see. Minute hand is halfway around, and the hour hand is in between two numbers. Can you guess it? You're right if you got 9:30. Keep up the great work, kids.